Boom. Bum bum bum. Bum bum banana bum 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 bum. Oh god. Deep fat fried. Deep fat fried. Deep fat fried. Deep fat fried. Doodly doodly. Doodle doodle. Deep fat fried. Deep fat fried. Deep fat fried, deep fat fried, boobity doobity, beep beep beady deep deep deedly 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 doo. Doot doot deedly deep deep deedly 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 doo. Yeah.
All right. So,
sorry, guys.
right. Yeah. So, I don't know. Welcome to Deep Fat Fried, I guess.
Is that what? Wait a minute. Are you actually recording?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought we said we were going to do that today.
I was gonna say, like, you guys really want to do this episode? Because, like, we could all go home and like get pizzas and just like binge some Netflix or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, did we not? Like, we already did a show today, didn't we?
We did like a couple.
Yeah.
So like we put it in.
Like, we
man.
don't need to do this show tonight.
I don't think we should even bother, like, the going home
This
thing.
is
TJ, just go ahead and order, like, 6 large double pepperoni pizzas.
I'm just gonna chill
I
over
call
on the
it-
couch.
I call it couch.
Why don't you guys do a show? I call the couch.
Fuck you, man. I'm not gonna fight you over it because
I
I'm
mean-
just too.
Oh, Paul, look, he's losing. He has to get up and walk to do that. Whereas all we have to do is firmly remain here.
Look at
Oh, we're
TJ,
good.
man. He's so fucking lazy. Look at him.
Why don't you get on your phone, TJ? That's all you're good for, man.
Look at him. He's
Go
just
get
gonna,
on your fucking phone,
gonna
dude.
sit over there on the couch on his phone. What a lazy fuck.
I get mad at TJ, but you know what? Too much effort, man. Whatever.
I know. I'd rather just be, you know.
I'll just be here.
I'd rather
now.
be on the couch, honestly. I think TJ's got it right.
I'm just looking at this logo, dude. Deep fat fried. And it's just like, you know, we're deep, we're fat, and we're fried, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's all I got, man. I got nothing.
I'm just so sleepy. I don't feel like
Nothing.
doing anything.
I don't want to do anything today. I just want to do nothing. TJ, what are you doing, man? You doing nothing?
What?
You doing nothing?
On Twitter.
You on Twitter?
What is
Oh,
he doing?
Why are you on Twitter, man? It takes get a hold of phone.
Yeah, you're right.
Hey, why are you exerting so much effort right now?
You're stressing me out, TJ. Kick back more. Oh man, that's better, dude. The vibes in this room were going super negative. TJ's going that super negative
Yeah.
social media.
TJ looks like a
space.
Jello mold that melted in the sun, dude. Look at him.
The Jello mold that melts twice as fast. Oh, TJ.
Oh. Well, you know, through no machinations of our own, this all comports very well with the topic for tonight, which TJ, up until very recently when he struggled mightily to stand, was displaying, which is sloth.
The sloth.
Blah blah blah.
It's been a while since we did a 7 Deadly Sins episode.
Yeah.
And we've come nowhere close to completing the 7 Deadly Sins.
We've only done like 2 of them. Gluttony and greed, right?
Gluttony and greed.
We did the 2 G's.
Yeah, we got a playlist.
Both of which that I like both of those. I like gluttony and I like greed. But I gotta say my favorite of these sins is the one we're covering tonight.
Is this your favorite? This is the best.
You
Sloth.
don't say. You know what, Paul? I never would have guessed.
I think this is the one that we probably all 3 of us practice more than any of the other 7 deadly
I
sins.
enjoy Sloth.
I mean, all of us commit every deadly sin, guaranteed.
Oh yeah.
Like, we're all doing all of those. But I have a feeling that it's sloth or sloth or whatever you want to call it. I'm just going to call it sloth.
Sloth.
I'm calling it sloth for the purposes of tonight. I guarantee you we're
Sloth.
all a lot more guilty of sloth.
I don't know what that was.
I don't know, dude.
I don't know what the hell was that, dude?
Oh, the decadence of Sloth.
I don't often pause, TJ, but you really just perplexed me when you did that.
The fuck is wrong with you, TJ?
I don't know, boy.
Maybe that's maybe that's tonight's show instead of sloth. What the fuck is wrong with TJ? Like, what happened to him to make him this way?
Sloth is probably part of that.
Yeah, we've toiled in that field before. I don't know if we're gonna get much.
Oh wait, that's what this is because we're doing an episode on sloth.
Yeah.
So let's find out
Find out what's wrong with
simultaneously
me.
what the fuck is wrong with TJ.
Yeah.
And find out a little bit about sloth. Now, a lot of people may think that sloth is a uniquely kind of Christian sin, but you'd be wrong.
Wrong.
Many religions, poo-poo the idea of kicking back and binging some Netflix instead of taking care of
Of course they
their
do, because
obligations.
religions are always made by the powerful, and they don't
Right.
want people to just fucking
Right.
relax
You've
and take
gotta-
a load off. They
You've
want
gotta
them working.
toil. You've got to toil in the mines, otherwise we can't sell the product back to you. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, they need money to afford all these gold statues and shit.
Right.
So
and Buddhist sloth is considered to be maybe I guess mathematically even worse than Christian
shit.
sloth because it's part of only 5 hindrances.
okay, so we got the 7 sins. They got the 5 hindrances.
Right. And the 5 hindrances of Buddhism are sensual desire, guilty; ill will,
Hell
guilty
yeah.
as fuck;
Damn.
sloth and torpor, guilty.
What is torpor?
Torpor is a word, we'll talk about it a little later, but to define it, it's just like a state of complete inactivity.
Oh, cool. I like that
damn,
too.
dude.
Restlessness or worry,
Who can help that?
What?
right? And
Like
doubt.
that's just whatever.
Doubt.
Doubt.
Yeah, and you are a proud doubter.
I'm proud of all these things.
Yeah, see? That's why you're never going to get to nirvana. You're constantly going to be stuck in the cycle of samsara, TJ, endlessly reliving your mistakes,
Cool.
while everybody else is just having a perpetual orgasm that is nirvana.
Give me
TJ.
no insult, dude. Torporous TJ.
Yeah, torpor TJ.
Damn. I don't like it.
So sloth and torpor is defined in Buddhist literature as heaviness of body and
Got it.
dullness of mind,
Yep.
which drag one down into disabling inertia and thick depression.
Woo. That depression is thick.
So, yes, I'm very guilty of this Buddhist version of sloth as well. Yeah, this just kind of goes into a little more detail. In the Theravada tradition, Athena or torpor or a sloth is said to occur in conjunction with midha or torpor, which is defined as a morbid state that's characterized by unwieldiness, lack of energy, and an opposition to wholesome activity.
Cool. Yeah, I have all that.
Yeah, fuck wholesome activity, dude. Fuck, let's do some wholesome shit.
Yeah, like, hey guys, let's go clean up trash on the highway. Nah. Let's throw trash on the highway.
Yes, please. Because that wouldn't be sloth because that's an active action. You're actively deciding to go out and cause trouble.
Yeah, I guess that's true. But I mean, that's just because I want to go
Sloth would
to
be
the
like
Burger
telling
King,
it'd be like telling us you're gonna do that and then just spending the night binging on Netflix,
which is
and
probably what'll happen.
eating caramel
Dude, you
corn.
know what it is?
Ooh, caramel corn's good.
We think people like Stevie are unique in society. Like, man, but you know what the truth is? I think there's just a lot of lazy fucks in the world, and it's like, look, we gotta have like a commandment or some rule against being lazy. And you have to make it like no one wants to just be told by another person they're lazy. Like you have to make it religious.
yeah, it's
shit.
got to be like God or the fucking cosmic
God says-
consciousness or whatever the fuck.
God says you can't be
Like,
lazy.
oh, don't be a lazy fuck. It's like, yeah, well, let me ask you this. How many lazy fucks have started wars, huh? How many lazy fucks have started a
I mean,
war?
if you're the king, you can be pretty lazy and start a war.
Well, that's true. But
Yeah,
if you're
you got a
just
point.
if you're a lazy ass peasant, though, are you starting a war? You're not even fucking lifting a finger to hurt nobody.
if you're a fucking
You're
lazy
too
ass
lazy
peasant,
to even
you know
go
what?
and fucking beat no one's ass or anything.
A lazy ass peasant more than likely would be a dead ass peasant.
Yeah, you're a mouth to feed at that point, though.
Yeah.
Somebody else is having to exert their labor to take care of you. because
Good.
You're too lazy.
Good. That's
I
how
mean-
it should be.
Well, you're going to hell, TJ.
Good.
I'm just letting you know.
I hope it's a lazy place.
Lazy, interesting that you should bring that up, TJ. It's not really mentioned when you hear Buddhists talk about sloth.
I
and
thought it was
torpor.
pretty much interchangeable.
Well, I think they break down laziness because I think lazy is a term that gets thrown around a lot that is really an amalgamation of different things. So, as we said before, it's like they call it a morbid state characterized by unwieldliness, lack of energy, and opposition to wholesome activity.
You're probably the most unwieldy
Right.
of the three of us, Paul.
I believe that to be true. And it's interesting because really what they're describing is depression, basically.
So basically, depression is a sin.
Right. And I guess the Buddhists differ. They say that you allow yourself to slip into this state of depression. They don't really recognize it as a mental disorder that you have little control over or a genetic predisposition for.
No, it's just like, fuck you. You're slothful, bitch.
You're fucking choosing to be a depressed little bitch.
Depression is dismissed largely in Chinese culture as a myth. I mean, they don't. Not only can you really not find treatment for it, but they don't even really believe it's a thing. They look at the person who is depressed and see the source of the problem in their own choices.
Like,
Yeah.
oh, you're too lazy. You're not doing enough.
There's plenty of Americans that have
You're
the
not
same
engaging in
mentality,
the right activities. Oh yeah, you definitely
Culturally, we might be a little bit better about it, but I mean, ultimately, there's tons of Americans who feel the same way about depression.
And interestingly enough, 18% of the Chinese populace is Buddhist, and Buddhism prescribes mindfulness and meditation
Of course.
as treatments for this, which are actually becoming more and more accepted as modern treatments for depression. So even though they have kind of a limited scope when it comes to depression in terms of understanding it or even believing it exists as a disorder, they may be at least a little bit onto something in practicing meditation and mindfulness.
It seems like meditation is the perfect excuse for the slothful person, though, because you could just be sitting there, like, not doing anything, and people are like, man, why don't you get off your lazy ass? You'd be like,
I'm meditating.
bitch, I'm meditating. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm using the prescribed technique to fucking deal with my problem.
When it comes to Chinese people, though, the meditation, like the Buddhist method, is really the only thing they have access to. They make all of our psychiatric drugs, but there's nobody you can really go to in China to talk about your problems with and get you on one of these. Asian Americans are 3 times less likely to seek mental health services than white Americans. So there's this like kind of cultural antipathy towards.
It's like, that's not real.
Yeah, don't even like. Why would I come and tell you all my fucking problems? I'm the source of all that shit. I'm too lazy. I got to get off my fucking dumper.
And even if you wanted to at that point, there's a strong cultural influence against doing so.
Right. Suicide is, as an addendum on the end of this little block here, is incredibly taboo in Chinese culture. So when it does happen, it's often covered up as some other kind of death.
Oh, like an accident or something.
Right. Yeah. But
it's funny because in America, like, a lot of times, parents will come into the room and find that their, son has died doing some sort of, like, masturbatory, like, autoerotic asphyxiation.
Right.
And then they'll basically, like, clean them up and put their pants back on and be like, it was a suicide, because it's less shameful.
Yeah, I'm sure that happens in a lot of countries where that's walked in on. But enough about Buddhism. We're not here to talk about Buddhism. I just thought it was an interesting little concept. We're here to talk about Christian sloth.
Yeah, let's talk about the one true religion.
Right. The 7 deadly sins, of course, boiling forth from the festering.
Yeah, fuck these 5 hindrance bullshit. The fuck like that.
You want to take a little break there?
You shut up, Paul. You shut your goddamn mouth, boy.
Jesus Christ. Hold yourself together.
I'm teaching.
You want to kick it fucking take you fucking the concept of what the fuck are you doing?
You know what that really is, TJ? That's the true old man McGee, dude.
Just take a second and cough it out, bro.
No, dude. Fuck you, this is my new character. Let me just tell you Christianity.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Oh, dude,
exactly.
the
It's all about Jesus Christ.
Dude, I know people are going to be throwing their headphones off after that fucking shit, because I wanted to throw mine off.
R.I.P. headphone users!
God, you're fucking shit, TJ.
Oh my God.
What an
TJ.
obnoxious bastard he
You
is.
really are.
You really fucking are, though.
Loathsome creature. Oh, but enough about TJ being loathsome.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Sloth. Go to the
Yeah.
next picture there, TJ.
I don't want to. This picture's better.
You like this picture?
No, here you go. It's Jesus.
Oh,
I like this guy.
Space
sweet.
Jesus.
Space Jesus. Oh, Jesus in space.
So I'm sure we mentioned it in our other 2 episodes, but as a review, the 7 deadly sins aren't specifically listed together anywhere in the Bible.
No. Oh, really?
They're rather proclaimed by religious leaders and scholars.
So they basically made it up.
Right.
Of
Okay.
course.
This classification originated with the Desert Fathers, especially Evagrius Ponticus, who identified 7 or 8 evil thoughts or spirits that one needed to overcome.
What's the lost sin?
I don't know.
Damn.
Evagrius's pupil, John Cassian, wrote his book, The Institutes, brought the classification to Europe, where it became fundamental to Catholic confessional practice, as evident in penitential manuals. So basically, somebody just decided that, like, in a book that really paints all sin as the same, any sin against the Father is just as bad as any other. Somebody just kind of decided, like, no, there's 8 that are really bad. And then somehow it got trimmed down to 7 before it was,
Probably some ruler or something.
Oh,
It's like,
dude.
ooh, that one describes me too much. Get rid of that one.
It's just an innovation in religion. It's like, you know what? Let's make this more digestible to people. Like, these are 7 really bad things you can't do.
I mean,
What
you got to
about
admit, 7 deadly sins sounds better than 8 deadly sins.
right.
8
does.
just, it doesn't, 7 has kind of a mystical quality to
got
it
an
for some
edge
reason.
to it.
Yeah.
But when you
too.
have
It's-
when you have almost like rules like that, it's like the 10 Commandments. Everyone remembers that because like there's 10 fucking rules you got to listen to, and it's the same thing. It's
I mean,
like
think about it. The
George
movie,
Carlin did that in his whole routine.
That's what
with
I'm
the
saying.
10
the
Commandments.
movie 7 would have been called 8. That's
that is-
terrible.
yeah,
no, dude.
gross.
You know what I mean?
Doesn't work.
8. There's no 7 is an edgy number. You're right, Paul.
It is.
Because if you look at it, it looks like it's something you could stab someone with. 8 looks friendly. It looks like a big pair of sideways titties.
7
or
looks
something.
like a scythe.
Yeah, it looks like
Yeah,
a fucking
dude.
Reaper's scythe coming to claim your ass. It's coming for you.
So, as would be customary, let's do a little reading from the Bible. Let's find out what the Bible has to say about sloth.
Okay.
I've got 9 passages here for us to digest.
All right.
Number 1, Ecclesiastes 10:18. Through slothfulness, the roof.
The roof.
The roof. The
roof. The roof.
Let me try that again.
fire.
Let me take that one from the top.
Yeah.
Through slothfulness, the roof deteriorates and a house leaks because of idleness.
That's true.
Ah.
I'll tell you what. Living in a house as I do.
Am I living in a box?
I know that it's fucking constant bullshit and maintenance, and there's always some fucking goddamn thing that needs to be fucking done
How
until
about
the robots come.
Well, let's see if you identify with this next one then, TJ.
Okay.
Proverbs 12:24. Hard-working hands gain control, but lazy hands do slave labor.
Oh shit.
I'm not sure I understand it. Let me just hold on.
Hard-working hands gain control, so just take that on its own.
Okay. Right. Okay.
So having hard-working hands
You're
mean
in-
you
you're
have
in
control
control.
into your life.
Yeah, you're in control of your own destiny.
right.
But lazy hands do slave labor.
See, that's where I think I get lost. Explain that to me.
It means that if you're not out there making something yourself, then you're just doing work for somebody else.
Exactly.
But
If
if your hands are truly lazy, they're not doing any work for anybody.
If you're unwilling to go out, well, I mean, it's assuming you got to understand at this time, if you were lazy, nobody was coming around. There was no Meals on Wheels.
right.
no.
You couldn't be lazy. So people that wanted to be lazy and didn't want to apply themselves fully had to go do slave labor for other people.
So basically, they're too lazy to do the hard work it takes to really make something of themselves. So they end up just doing the bare minimum, and that's usually working for somebody else.
Right.
Gotcha.
Another proverb here, 13:4. The soul of the sluggard craves and gets nothing, while the soul of the diligent is richly supplied.
So basically saying you don't fucking work, you don't eat.
Yeah, I mean,
You know.
in a basic sense, that's what it's saying. But it's it's also saying that people that set goals
Mm-hmm.
and then doggedly pursue those goals get to reap the benefits of the final product,
Right.
whereas the person that's unwilling to apply the effort gets nothing,
Yeah, you reap
and they
what
expect nothing, and they
basically,
have
you reap what you sow.
right.
Okay.
Another proverb. This is 12:27 and 28. A lazy hunter does not catch his prey, but a hard-working person becomes wealthy. Everlasting life is on the way of righteousness. Eternal death is not along its path.
Okay.
So those kind of inform one another, and it's kind of the same idea. The hunter that just kind of falls asleep under the tree with his rifle across his chest. He doesn't bring home anything to eat. But the hardworking person gets more than they need to eat. They become
Right.
wealthy.
Yeah, bountiful.
So that's kind of the same as the 13:4.
Yep.
But what is this other part? This everlasting life is on the way of righteousness. Eternal death is not along its path.
I mean, I think it's comparing being diligent with everlasting life and eternal death with just, giving up and accepting whatever comes your way.
Okay.
Another proverb. A lot of proverbs here.
Yeah.
This is 26:16. The sluggard is wiser in his own eyes than 7 men who can answer sensibly.
That's definitely true. That's basically an early identification of that psychological
The Dunning-Kruger effect.
Yeah, Dunning-Kruger. That's what I'm looking
the
for.
dumber you are, the smarter you think everything you say is.
Yeah.
Listen, I have the best words.
Man, that makes me think I'm probably a fucking retard.
I know, me too.
Proverbs 19:15 and 16. Slothfulness casts into a deep sleep, and the negligent soul shall suffer hunger. He that keeps the commandment keeps his own soul, but he that despises his ways shall die.
Okay.
There's a lot going on in that one. It's saying if you just are secretly kind of like a non-participant in your own life, and you kind of despise everything around you,
Which I do.
that's death.
Cool. So I'm already dead. So that's good.
Fucking.
So I don't even
dead,
have
yeah.
to. I don't even have to be afraid of death because I'm already dead, according to the Bible.
How about this one that's pointing its finger right at you, TJ?
All right.
Proverbs 6:9. Good proverb.
Ooh, 69,
Yep.
bro.
How long will you lie there, you sluggard?
As long as
When
I
will you
can.
get up from your sleep?
I don't know. I mean, I'll lay here for as long as I possibly can. That's for sure.
And when will you get up from your sleep?
I mean, that's the same answer, right?
No.
Okay.
That means when are you getting up?
I don't know. As late as I possibly can get up, I guess.
Damn.
So most days for you about
Until
12:30.
I'm basically inert. I mean, like until some outside force acts upon me, I'm not moving.
How about this one, TJ?
Gotcha.
Proverbs 26:12 and 15. There is one thing worse than a fool, and that's a man who's conceited. Do you agree with that?
I mean, I don't know that I necessarily agree. Keep going.
The lazy man won't go out and work. There might be a lion outside, he says.
Oh, that's a good point.
He sticks to his bed like a door to its hinges. He is too tired to even lift his food from his dish to his mouth. Have you ever been that tired?
No.
Where you're just like, oh,
I think I think my gluttony is a little bit more powerful than my sloth.
Yeah, see, I'm the other way around. I'm definitely a glutton, but I think sloth rules the day for me.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that in my case, like, because I mean, there've been times where I've been dead tired, but if I'm even a little hungry, I'll get out of that bed and go fucking fix myself a snack.
Well, a true sloth would basically be like you would work harder not to do something than actually just do it. Even because people don't think about that angle too. There's people that will work hard just so they don't have to do.
Yeah,
something.
the industriousness of laziness,
Yep.
dude.
Our last proverb for the night. This is 20:12 and 13. The ear that hears and the eyes that sees, the Lord has made them both. Do not love sleep, lest you become impoverished.
Well, didn't he make that too?
Yeah, but everything in moderation, TJ.
Oh.
You can participate in sleep because you have to, but don't love it.
Look, should you sleep a couple hours? That's like saying don't sleep all day, TJ. Don't sleep the day away. Wake
Gotcha.
up. Go outside.
It
get
says
that
open your
sunshine.
eyes so that you might be satisfied with food.
Well, I never had no problem being satisfied with food.
But you have to get up and do things to get the money to get the food, right?
I guess.
Yeah, you do.
Sure.
What do you mean you guess?
I guess.
If you just literally decided I'm going to lay in my bed and do nothing for the rest of my life, somebody would eventually have to start bringing you food of their own fucking, you know what I mean? You don't have enough money to just lay here in this house forever.
God, I wish I did. That'd be so cool.
If you did, you probably wouldn't be doing this. You'd be
I'd have a better house.
I know where I'd be. I'd be on my fucking compound, away
Yeah.
from everybody.
Paul and his
I'd be
isolated in his
alone on my
compound.
fucking desert island with all my pinball machines and my big screen TV.
Deep fat pride.